So as most of you know, Android 15 is almost here, and its latest beta version includes a newly redesigned volume panel. If you want to replicate this volume panel on any other Android device, download Precise Volume 2.0. Inside it, just head to the Settings tab, tap on Volume Button Override, enable it, grant it all the permissions that it wants, and you'll have the new volume panel from Android 15 at your fingertips. It's not an exact replica, but I think it's a better design since it takes up less space and still includes useful buttons like an equalizer and volume presets. Plus, you can customize it even further, matching your wallpaper colors, switching it to the left side, and more. Thumbs up for starting off with the banger app. Up next, I have MotionLock, which automatically locks your phone whenever you place it face down on a table. It only takes a few seconds to lock, regardless of your screen timeout settings. And don't worry, it won't lock itself whenever you cover your front sensor during phone calls, because it requires the phone to still be flat on a table. This is super useful if you often forget to lock your phone when you set it down. Best of all, it's free, open source, and available on F-Droid. You're going to love this next app. It's called SoundID Headphone Equalizer, and it lets you create a unique equalizer based on your hearing conditions, sound preferences, or headphones, letting you have a truly personalized listening experience. Within the app, you just connect your Bluetooth headphones, and if it recognizes it, it will provide you with profiles to improve the audio automatically. It has a studio profile where it will make the audio completely flat and neutral, stripping the headset from any manufacturer presets. Perfect for any artists or editors out there. Or it could have a profile with the most popular sound choice that people tend to use within their app. But if you like to take things even further, you can choose to take their personalized sound test to create your own equalizer. Within them, it'll have you choose an audio track similar to the type of music that you tend to listen to, and then it'll have you listen to the audio with different music presets, letting you choose the one you prefer. Then for your hearing assessment, they'll have you adjust the audio until you can't hear it. And after each test, it'll show you the results. It'll even let you know if you're having hearing loss, which is pretty cool. The best part is that you can have different profiles for all your headphones, which is really useful since every headset has different hardware and drivers. The always on display is one of my favorite Android features ever released, but it gets even better with AOD Plus. It'll let you see any incoming notifications in detail, and I can even scroll through all the notifications without even needing to turn on the screen or unlock the phone first. The best part is that I can interact with each notification, including tapping whatever button they provide, like reply, delete, learn more, install, etc. And you can open the notifications after you unlock the phone. Plus, there's even a private mode so that I can have the time be displayed and my notifications hidden. They'll only reveal the notification once I tap on their icons at the bottom. Works really well and doesn't feel gimmicky at all. The only downside is that it does cost $1 a month to use, but I just dropped 450 lifetime promo codes for it on my Patreon, thanks to the developer for being so generous, so you can get it for free over there. And what's even better is that we also just dropped a ton of new material widgets and wallpapers this past month to take your home screen to the next level. I'll leave that link right below the like button. We can all agree that phones can be addictive and time-consuming. Blockit is the perfect solution to this problem. Within this incredible looking app, you just choose the amount of time that you'd like to stop using your phone, and once you hit the play icon, it'll lock you out, only allowing access to the phone app for emergencies and your notifications. And if you try to close the app by swiping up on your nav bar or trying to go back, the phone will immediately lock itself. Even if you restart your phone, the app will still auto-run and lock you out. The only way you can regain access to your phone is to wait for the timer to run out, or use a parachute, which you have a limited amount of uses, and if you like more, you'll have to purchase them. I even love that the clock will slightly fade after a few seconds so that you can see how much time you have left without needing to touch the phone. Plus, it even tracks how much time you save away from your phone and your best usage periods. Really useful. And sure, there are other apps out there that do the same thing, but this one has by far the best design. Another useful productivity app is Remit. This one lets you set multiple stopwatches so that you can manage your day a lot better. So if you like to keep track of how much time it takes for you to do something like studying for an exam, writing an essay, going for a run, or even just how much time you use your phone, then you can create these daily timers or stopwatches. Plus, my favorite thing about this is that it lets you float any of these over your home screen or any other app so you can access them at any time. It's very cool. Plus, as you continue to use these daily timers, you'll eventually create a record of which tasks or habits you spend the most time on, and you can see which days you've done those activities. It's a fantastic app that is free to use and works really well. Definitely recommend. Switching over to the games, this first one is called Box's Lost Fragments. It's made by the same developers who created the famous Doors series puzzle games, and now they're back with even crazier puzzles. This puzzle game challenges you to unlock the secrets of various boxes and finally obtain a valuable fragment to move to the next level. Each fragment is even used inside the main dungeon you started off at, unlocking even more hidden secrets and passageways. It's pretty mind-boggling. And throughout all of this, you'll be turning dials, opening drawers, pushing buttons, pulling switches, and using items from your inventory to unlock each box. Each puzzle is extremely well thought out too, and it'll take you a few minutes to figure out what to do next. You get a 360-degree view of the box, with almost every side carrying miniature puzzles and mechanisms to make you scratch your head until you figure out what to do next, or eventually just look it up on YouTube. And even though it has the craziest unlockings, they actually make logical sense. Plus, I love that each box has a unique theme with new ways to go about opening it up, so it'll never feel repetitive. The only downside is that by the third chapter, it prompts you to purchase the full game for $7. However, considering the depth and craftsmanship of the game, it's well worth the price. It's definitely one of the best puzzle games I've played in a while, offering a perfect blend of challenge and creativity. Next on the list is Perfect Grind, a skateboarding game that's actually fun and easy to play. Most skateboarding games have overly complicated controls, but Perfect Grind keeps it simple. You swipe right or left to move, swipe up to jump, and swipe in any direction while in the air to perform tricks. Super easy. The graphics are sharp, and you get to explore various open world maps with quirky characters, giving you missions to complete. As you progress, you'll be able to customize your character with even cooler outfits, or switch to different characters altogether. It's a really amazing game. The only thing I wish it had was a multiplayer mode to be able to skate with other players or your friends. Plus, some of the quests can be a bit repetitive, where you just do a bunch of tricks consistently. And the physics of the game can use a bit of work, since sometimes the jumps off a ramp literally don't make sense. But it's still an enjoyable game to kill time. Moving on, Laya's Horizon is an adventurous game that requires a Netflix account. You play as Laya, a character who can soar through the sky with her cape, exploring a vast open world. I won't lie, the controls are pretty difficult to get the hang of, but eventually you will catch on, and they honestly make sense. The game doesn't have a traditional plot, but it focuses on exploration and completing missions from various characters, and in the process you'll also learn about the history of this mountainous island. What really caught my attention is just how large this world is and how fantastic the artwork looks. This is definitely a long-term game. The only downside is that you will need to have a higher-end flagship device to be able to run this game smoothly, because otherwise it sometimes will run into some lag. Even if I set the graphics to low, it still managed to lag on my Pixel 8 Pro. But when I ran it on my Galaxy S24 Ultra, it ran a lot more smoothly. So having a higher-end device definitely helps. Still, it's not completely terrible, and it's actually really fun to play. Paper Trail is another awesome game that requires a Netflix membership. In this game, you control Paige, a character setting out for university. The game world is made up of interconnected sheets of paper that you can fold to create new paths. It's really crazy. It's a really innovative mechanic that makes some mind-bending puzzles. As you progress, the puzzles get even more complex, sometimes even making it tricky to figure out the next step. Luckily, you can flip the page by getting a different perspective or use hints if you're stuck. The folding mechanism is super creative, and the game itself is visually stunning. It's a challenging but rewarding experience that will keep you engaged as you navigate Paige through her journey. So if you're looking for a challenge, definitely download Paper Trail now. Anyways, tap this video right here to watch last month's episode of the best Android apps for May 2024. Thanks for sticking to the end. Drop a thumbs up if I helped you find a new app or game today. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Kapow!